yeah, the first card you have, you pass the Five of Wands. Okay, so this looks like a big mix-up, a big mess, and it does feel very mixed up to me. It feels like something I think you wanted to do. No, actually, I take that back. You didn't want to do this. I think someone might have asked you to do something, asked you to help them with something. And I think you were fine. I think you wanted to help them. I think it was okay. But I think maybe as time went on, I think you realised that you were just putting so much into this, and this other person was putting less and less in, and it turned into this really terrible stress for you. That's what I'm seeing. I'm sorry this is happening if this is resonating. Yeah, I'm seeing you putting things in, putting time in. You might have put money in even. And I think in the end you had to bow out of this. It just became too much for you. And I think, you know, while you were doing this, you were kind of like, should I do this? Should I not? It's getting too far, you know, and there's also this feeling of already put this into it, and if I walk away, I'm going to lose what I put in. I don't know if it was a business thing. It was some kind of thing that you were doing, and somebody else had this idea, I think, and you were helping them. It's something like that. And it just feels like a bottomless pit to me. So if you had have kept going with this, you would have just had to put more and more energy, time, everything into this. And, you know, I think you know that you're way better off now that you've said no. You know, I think when you finally did say no, you felt a lot freer, definitely mentally, you were a lot less stressed. Yeah, there was a lot of under the surface stress that was going on with you while you were doing this thing. You know, what I mean by that is, you know, I'm actually seeing physical symptoms here, you know, maybe flu-like symptoms, temperature changes, coughing, things like that. And I'm not saying that this situation caused that, but, you know, when your stress levels are high, you're susceptible to picking up things because your immune system is quite low because it's kind of dealing with the stress. So I think that might be what happened. Yeah, so you're well better off out of this, and you know that. And yeah, I think in the beginning it was kind of, okay, I'll volunteer, I'll help you. Yes, I'll put this in. And it kind of gradually got more and more to the point where you were just doing pretty much everything. That's what I'm seeing. Big bottomless pit. So yeah, I'm really happy that you did walk away from that in the end. But it took time, you know, it was quite stressful. Even the decision was a bit stressful, I think. So the next card you have, you pass the Page of Cups. Yeah. Okay, this is what I'm seeing. I think this is about this person who asked you to do this thing, because this page can be a bit immature, a bit unrealistic. You know, he's really imaginative. I love that about him. What I love about him is his imagination. He's idealistic. I love idealistic people who want to make change, do all these things. But the downside of him is that he's completely unrealistic, a bit kind of, you know, he's got his head in the clouds. He doesn't actually do the work. He's all about the idea and not the work. And I think that's what happened. I think maybe this person had the idea. They asked for your help. They said they were going to do a lot of the work. And then I think they left you with all the hard bits and they had all the fun bits to do. And so that's what I'm seeing. So, you know, if this resonates, it's a bit sad actually, because when a really innovative idea comes along and it's forming in someone's mind, it's fantastic. I hate to see things like that dying away, but, you know, people can't just have these ideas and expect other people to do all the work for them. And I think that's what this person was doing with you. So, okay, I'm just seeing this again. Just if this person does come back to kind of get you to kind of start this up again, or if they start to pressure you, I don't think they pressure you in an obvious way. I think the pressure's kind of, it's like, oh, you feel bad for them or you feel sorry for them. It's that kind of thing, because they come across as being a little bit childish to me. So it's that kind of, oh, poor thing, you know, I feel a bit sorry for them, like a child, you know. So that's kind of what I'm getting there. But, you know, definitely say no, because it's just too much for you. And they really should, even though they're childlike, they're an adult, so they can do this work themselves. They can do it themselves. It's hard, you know, but a lot of people run businesses themselves. They have the idea and they do it all themselves, so it's possible. And they're expecting too much of you, so definitely say no if they come back. And I think you will. I don't think you'll go back to that again, but there's that warning there. Okay, so the last card you have your past, the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, this is what I'm seeing. There are other people as well who I think expect you to put work into their things instead of your things. Not everyone, but I think there were quite a few people around you at this time that kind of looked at you in that way, or kind of just expected you to do things for them. That's what I'm seeing. Now, I'm not saying this is your fault, but I think it's not your fault at all, but you do come across as being very, not a pushover, that's not what I'm seeing. I'm not about to say that, but it's like, okay, you come across as this very calm, very organised person, because you are an organised person. And I think, okay, so if we look at you on the one hand, you're very, you get things done in the right time and everything's done on time. It's very well organised. And then after that, that's your rest time when you're finished. Whereas disorganised people, or people who are a little bit immature and childish and they have these kind of crazy ideas and all of that, not everyone, but this is what I'm seeing. These kinds of people run around, they're disorganized, they can't find things, they spend half their time looking for things and losing things and turning up late and dropping things, and then things go wrong, and then they're spending all that time doing that because they're disorganized, and they see you as sitting there, finished everything, and they see themselves as running around busy, and they think, wait a minute, I'm busy and they're not busy. And that's not the case. You probably have the same amount of work to do, but it's just that you're more organised. So I think because of that, sometimes people say, oh, can you help me? Can you help me? I think it happens in your workplace quite a lot. You've got these people who are a bit hopeless and they see you as someone who's, kind of pretty much finished. And they're like, well, wait a minute, you must have nothing to do. And the opposite's the case. You probably do more than them, actually. So sometimes you can be a magnet for these kinds of people, but I am seeing you as very, very strong. And I think you're starting to say no. I think this is a big turning point. You're saying no to those people. I think you're saying a no to a lot of people, actually. And I think that's why I think maybe this thing that came up with you doing this thing for this person, maybe that was a catalyst for you saying no to a lot more things and a lot more people. So I think, I think also in the future, you're going to keep on saying no to even more people. That's what I'm seeing there. The other thing is, I'm just looking at this Page of Cups again. And I think this might be how someone sees you, actually. The Page of Cups can be a little bit kind of undecided, or a little bit kind of now I'm here and now I'm not, a little bit wishy-washy kind of thing. Now, you're not like that at all. You are absolutely not like that. But there's this, I think someone was really treating you in a way that you didn't like, and so you just withheld yourself from them. That's what I'm getting. And I think they're looking at that and they're seeing you as being a little bit wishy-washy. Now you're here, now you're not. I'm really getting this very strong feeling. You feel quite strongly about this, or you did at this time. It's like, I deserve more than this. I deserve more than what this person's giving me, and so I'm going to pull away. If they're not going to meet me in the middle, then I'm not going to either. I'm going to go backwards. That's what I'm getting. I'm really getting this, I deserve more, I deserve more, I deserve more than this. And this is about a love connection. So I think what's happened with that, what I'm seeing here is with this, you weren't happy with the way someone was treating you. Now, I'm not seeing a really horrible treatment. I'm not seeing abuse. I'm not seeing something terrible. I'm not seeing cheating or anything horrible like that. But it's not good. And I think what it is, it's lots of little things, little irritating things. I'm seeing a little bit of borderline disrespect here as well. I'm getting dates, times, things like that. So it might be that they don't respect your time. They're not showing up on time, or they waste your time. I'm seeing that. I'm getting this attitude of, I think this is what they're like. It's like, oh, well, they'll put up with this. They'll forgive me. I'll be late. I won't turn up. I'll forget to call them. I won't do this. I'll say that I'm going to do this thing for them, and then I won't. And they'll be fine. They'll forgive me. That's the kind of thing. And that's this kind of disrespect that I'm seeing. That's this low level disrespect. And I think what happened with you is you saw this happening and you were like, well, no, No, I'm going to be standoffish. I'm going to move backwards. I'm not going to be around them. I'm going to keep away for a while because I just feel unhappy, and I don't want to leave them, but I just need time. I'm just not happy with that. That's what I'm getting. And I think they saw you with doing this, and they saw this as this wishy-washy behavior that I'm seeing here in this this Page of Cups with these waves behind him, wishy-washy. So they didn't see that you were doing this because of them. And they really should have seen that, but they didn't see it that way. So, and I think that might be a little bit of a part of this kind of slightly disrespectful attitude, because they're like, oh, it couldn't possibly be me. It's so, you know, so if that resonates with you, yeah, you are going to have to talk to them about this. Obviously, you can't just kind of stay away and not talk to them, and they can't do that either. You've got to talk about this at some time. And I think also when it comes to low level disrespect, if it's left unchecked, you know, it can turn into high level disrespect. And I've seen this happen quite a lot in relationships. It happens very quickly. It's like, you know, oh, they've put up with that. They think that's okay. I can do that. So then I can go to the next level. Now I can do that, and then I can do this, and it gets worse and worse. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen here. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but it can easily happen if it's left unchecked. And also, you know, I think even if it's not going to happen, you still need to have this talk with them. So, you know, they're misinterpreting your actions, whether that's intentional or not, and it needs looking at, it needs talking about, if that resonates. So yeah, the first card you have your presence, the Seven of Cups. Yeah, I'm seeing this again. If you're being disrespected, you know, if someone who claims to love you isn't respecting your time, you know, if they're messing you around, if they have this attitude of, well, you know, let them wait, they'll always be there, and that's what I'm seeing. Yeah, you need to have this talk. You need to address this because your time's important. You're important. You know, if you're in a relationship with someone, you both should be of equal importance to each other. And there's that balance just isn't there. And if you look at this card, it's just really, really confusing. It's giving me this really kind of low feeling. It's like, oh, I'm low on the priorities. Not that you felt that you were a low person, but it's like, I'm not high up on their priority list. You know, they don't treat me properly. Because if you look at this man, he's got all these priorities in front of him. He's got all these different choices, and he's trying to make a choice. And you're in there somewhere along with all these things. And, you know, it's just not very fair, because you were trying to put them high up on the list, and you weren't treated in the same way. So you just retreated. So it's really hard to articulate. This is a very confusing card, and I think what it is, you know, I think you might have tried to talk to them, but it's very hard to articulate what the problem is, because again, it's not one big thing. Like if you said to them, for example, if you said to them, oh, I really feel disrespected, I'm really upset, I'm really unhappy, and then they said, well, what's the problem? Oh, well, you forgot to call me that day, or you were late that time. And it's like, well, that's just one thing. That's okay. That's not that bad. But it's not about each different thing. It's about all of the things piled up together. It's like, this is what I'm imagining in my head. It's like if you take one grain of rice, it's tiny. It's a little tiny grain of rice. It's one tiny thing. But if you put 10 bags of rice all together and you empty them out on your floor and you've got this great big pile, it's this great big thing. So what it is it's all these different little things making up this big problem. And I think it's quite hard to articulate your thoughts, because I keep on looking at this very confusing card, and you're like, if I want to talk to them, where do I start? It's all, and if I talk to them, I'm all tongue-tied and I don't know what to say, because it's all very difficult to articulate, and even I'm finding it difficult to articulate this. So I think before you have this conversation, take some time out to yourself, really process your thoughts. You might have to write things down. You know, it's just not easy to explain. So do that, get some quiet time on your own, and kind of get it all sorted out in your head before you have this conversation. So I hope that makes sense to you. Okay, so the next card you have your presence, the Queen of Swords, yeah. So this queen, yeah, she's obviously protecting herself. She wants to be by herself. She doesn't want anyone to come near her. She's got a sword up. And I think you instinctively know that you needed to be by yourself, because you retreated. You wanted to be by yourself. And, you know, it's fine to be by yourself, but away from this person. But if you're going to be away from them, if you're going to retreat from them, use that time to kind of get your head around all of this and get your head around what you want to say to them. So, you know, make good use of that time when you're alone. And yeah, I think, again, this is about this turning point once again. It's about saying no to people. You're going to focus a lot more on yourself now. And I think this problem with this person who expected you to do all the work for them, that kind of started off this snowballing of saying no to that, and then not putting up with this love connection, treating you like this. And then you're saying no to a lot more as well. So you're really going to start to focus a lot more on yourself generally as well. Okay, I'm seeing something strange here. I'm going to say this because someone said, oh, if you see any little strange things, just say them. So I'm going to. Okay, this is what I'm seeing. There's a piece of jewelry. There's a piece of jewelry. It might be a watch. It could be jewelry or a watch. It's something like that. Now, okay, whatever this is, it definitely means a lot to you, or it might mean a lot to someone else. It's sentimental value. I don't know if it has any monetary value. It might not, but it's mostly sentimental. I usually don't pick up on monetary value. It's usually something that has an emotional connection to you. That's kind of what I get quite a lot. So if you've lost something like that, if you've lost a piece of jewelry or a watch or something, it's something. It's either under a chair, it's around a chair, might be behind a cushion or down the sides or something. So hopefully that helps you. Have a look around your chairs or whatever. Or if you remember being at someone else's place, sitting down, and you lost something and you hadn't seen whatever it is since you've been to their place, ask them to have a look around their chairs where you were sitting. Something is there, and really pick up all the cushions and the pillows and look underneath and everything, and under the chair. So yeah, if that makes sense, if you have lost a piece of jewelry or something, yeah, hopefully that helps someone. I feel silly saying these things, but yes. Okay, so the last card you have your presence, the Two of Cups. This is beautiful. I love this card. Very, very close. This is about a close connection. Okay, so yeah, this is telling me that you really, really do have a deep link with this person, with this love connection. Now, there is a lot of disrespect, there's a lot of problem, there's a lot of hurt there, but you have had a very deep connection. I think you still do. There's also a lot of passion there as well. I don't think there's been much communication or passion or anything else recently because of what I keep on seeing here. Yeah, the feeling I'm getting is that you miss a lot of the passion you used to have with this person. They do as well. And yeah, you did have a very, very deep, very strong connection, especially early on in this relationship or with this connection or whatever this is. It was very strong at the beginning, and you both still feel that. That's what I'm getting here. There's a lot of, how do I put this? It feels like immaturity. And yeah, it doesn't mean they're young. It's just to do with how someone's acting. So, okay, so I'll try and tell you what I'm seeing. It's quite, yeah, hopefully I'll be able to explain this to you. I think there's actually hope for this. There's hope for this relationship. There's hope for this to grow. There's hope for this to mature into something deeper. But there's only hope for this if the reason why they're acting like this is because they're a little bit immature, they've been a bit thoughtless, and they're open to talking, they're open to making an effort to change things. That's when you do have hope for a future, because there are deep feelings here on both sides. I'm seeing that very clearly. But if they're behaving like this, if they're showing you this disrespect because they just don't respect you, full stop, and that's it, it's not going to work. So that's what you've got to try to sort out in this conversation, and also by yourself. First, think about all of this. Think about everything they've done, everything they've said, all the situations. Think about that. Get it all clear in your mind. Have a conversation. And use your instincts as well. You know what the answer is, and it's not just going to come in from their words. It's going to come from their actions, and also their reactions. Their reactions from what you ask them and what you say to them. If you talk to them, if you say, I've got a problem with this, I'm struggling with this, I'm not happy with this. What are they going to do? Are they going to automatically blame you? Are they going to turn this around onto you? Or are they going to think, okay, what can I do to change this? Let's think about this. What can I do to help this? It depends on what happens, which party or which kind of section they fall into. So, you've got a lot to think about if this is resonating. It's very, very difficult. There are a lot of feelings there, a lot of deep feelings, and also a lot of hurt feelings. So you've got a lot of different things to kind of work through if you want this to work. But I don't know. It can go one way or the other way. I can't tell you which way this is going to go. I wish I could. Okay, so the first card you have for your future is the Four of Swords. Yeah, again, I'm seeing this really literally. This is about rest. Look at this man. Rest. This is what this is telling you to do, especially if this love situation's resonating, because it's a lot to deal with. And again, before you start talking about this, you're going to have to rest, you're going to have to meditate on what you want to say. And after this conversation as well, you're going to have to do a lot of resting, contemplating, thinking about all of this. Take your time. I think that's the other message here with this card. Take your time. It's not going to be easy. And, I think I'm just looking at this card again, and it's showing me that you are absolutely going to come up with some kind of decision. It's going to be one way or another way. But a lot of thinking has to happen first. And then what's going to happen is you're going to find the answer after time. And you'll find out, you'll get this revelation, you'll get the stained glass window when you wake up, and you'll say, now I know what to do. But take your time. Don't rush into a decision. Okay, the next card you have in your future is the King of Wands. Okay, this is really interesting because when you have a king and a queen together, especially of the same suit, so you have the King and the Queen of Wands, that shows me once again that there's definitely hope here for this relationship, because you've got this pairing here, you've got this couple here. So again, before that happens, before you work out, there's hope for you. That's what I'm saying, but I'm not saying it's definitely going to happen. You've still got all this talking you have to do. But yeah, it's looking positive. It is looking positive. I've got to say that, because you've got this and you've got the Two of Cups as well. The other thing I'm seeing here is, and also they're both action cards. So this is what you both want. This is what you both want. So you both want this. So it is looking quite promising, I've got to say. Yeah, there's also this, there's a work opportunity here, I think, some kind of opportunity. Might be a business opportunity. Okay, I'm seeing two different opportunities here, and I think you know about one of them already. I think someone's might have told you about this thing that's coming up or something, and you've been contemplating this, maybe thinking about this. I think you know about this. There's also a second thing, and I don't think you know about this second thing. And I think you're going to have a choice between these two things. That's what's going to come up for you. One of these things, one of these opportunities feels really flexible to me. It feels like you'll be able to be a lot more flexible with your time. I think you might be a bit restricted where you are now in terms of how you spend your time, and you'd like to have more movement around that. So yeah, that'll be a really tempting offer, I think. But there's a choice here. There are two different opportunities, and you're going to have to choose between the two things, I think. That's what I'm seeing. Yeah, the last card you have for your future is the Queen of Wands. So yeah. Okay, have a look at this. I don't know if you can see this. I'll put that up. Okay, so now you can see. So have a look at this. If you look at each side of this throne, on the left, there are these golden pyramids, and on the other side, there's a path. And I think that's the choice you're going to have. That's these two opportunities. So I think it's a choice between having more money with this gold and these pyramids on the left-hand side, or having more time, more freedom with that path. That's what a path is. It's like walking out to freedom, being able to get a path out to somewhere. So they're both really good options, because this is a really optimistic card with all these sunflowers here. So yeah, you'll have two really good options to choose from. It just depends on what you need more of, money or time. So that's going to be up to you. But yeah, it looks really, really good.